midnight each day.
On Valentine's night.
Time as you know it freezes.
20 minutes past 10.
Keep up, Doctor.
Thinks we're going to smother her in her sleep.
I'm a grave digger, Doctor.
I was at home.
David is my husband.
All on my lonesome.
Stabbed him with a steak knife.
Nothing changes.
I'm a qualified angel of death.
When I'm dancing,
You get this day over and over.
Hilda.
I black out.
I don't think she's got long.
And Laurie just...
Naked on the beach.
Hannah.
Is that it for today?
David hunts,
I can change my skin.
then skins.
Dr. Dekker dated his patients.
I had a hot date.
We went out for drinks.
I took photos of Jessica.
Dr. Dekker did
On
phone
Valentine's Day.
and ask me for Nathan's number.
There was a girl there.
Am I wrong to keep the locket?
I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't
He
I?
was preoccupied with finding
Photographs.
patterns.
Rocking chair.
I haven't been back to the beach since
I had a bit of a shaky loop incident.
where I find something
I set fire
beautiful in the sea.
to Hannah's clothes in the garden.
I dug the grave.
I wish I'd said goodbye.
Dr. Dekker cursed me.
It didn't weigh enough to have a body in it. There's someone else in my hour.
I brought David back to life.
I removed the chains, dressed her.
It was Iris.
We could try shifting now.
Would you like to see David, Doctor?
Sorry.
We both read The Cult of the Kinetic Mind.
I'm not broke.
It's no coincidence that most psychokinetic patients are
Grateful if you could see your way to declaring me
insane, or at least
temporarily insane.
There was no flame. And then there was.
I'll kiss a guy,
I pretended like the hypnosis had worked.
and then he just follows me
Can we maybe not talk about Hannah anymore?
wherever I go.
You may just still pull out in front of the driver.
Tja, hi, zurück zu Dr. Dekker. Ey. Ich habe zwar noch überhaupt keinen Check, was wir hier alles rausfinden könnten, aber aber wir machen es halt einfach mal weiter.
I don't take sleeping tablets, never have. I'm not allowed to prescribe either. Dr. Dekker had me try to forge his signature once, but I was woeful.
Das ist auch gut so.
Some people would say Dr. Dekker had a bit of a drinking problem. It got worse and then it got better when his confidence turned up. I think it was the stress of dealing with the new patients. I like the odd tipple. I've been known to drink, not as much at the moment, not as much as Dr. Dekker did. He kept at least one bottle in his desk drawer at all times. You can't imagine the amount of times I wanted to sneak in and have some.
Tja, die trinken alle ganz gerne mal ein.
I suppose it's possible that somebody spiked his drink. Most people probably knew he had a bottle in his desk. Wouldn't have been that hard to empty out some capsules into it. Maybe the police should get fingerprints? I'll go and suggest it. Make sure nobody touches the bottle in the meantime. I don't want to talk about grief today. I'm getting enough grief from work. I don't know if you know, but Professor Alderby used to be my professor. He teaches history and psychology, amongst other things. I know it's not technically work, but he asked if I would allow him to have the video footage of his sessions with Dr. Dekker. Dr. Dekker wanted to be removed from all of the videos, so it's jump cut up to jump cut, but I'm sure you've already noticed that.
Nö.
I didn't think you'd mind, since it wasn't your case anyway. Mostly it's the professor talking about how he viewed reality back then, in so much as he thought it was changeable. There's nothing else to do but watch while things are encoding.
Dann gib mal her.
Psychokinetics, remember? Cult of the Kinetic Mind? Professor Alderby said it was recommended reading to help psychiatrists in their frontline battle with insanity, he likes to call it. Professor Alderby saw the relationship between psychiatrist and patient as a winnable battle. The patient must be cured by removing their psychokinetic ability, if present, either by telling them it doesn't exist or by using another psychokinetic ability to negate it. It's a long time ago, I can't remember all of it. There was a specific example.
Welches?
If someone tells you they can fly, you tell them you control air currents and that from now on they won't be allowed to use them. This would normally stimulate the brain in such a way that the patient stopped thinking they could fly. The main danger as the therapist is believing that you can control air currents. The danger of pretending you have psychokinetic abilities is that you may start believing you have them and then have them. It's the paradox of the cure. Dr. Dekker loved paradoxes. His favourite was the grandfather paradox.
Und wie ist das?
If you can travel back in time and kill your grandfather, then you cannot be born. But if you cannot be born, then you cannot kill your grandfather. It's a time traveller's chicken and egg, if you will.
Lass uns erstmal fragen, warum er wirklich da abhauen, also raus wollte, ne?
I have no idea. Maybe he was an undercover secret agent. Maybe he was getting more annoying as time progressed. You're not, though. You're lovely. Is this a good time to ask for a raise?
Immer mehr Kram, warte mal.
I like Professor Alderby. He turned me onto that book I've been raving about. The Cult of the Kinetic Mind.
Ja.
I should start selling them myself. Dr. Dekker definitely dabbled in that stuff. I'm not sure to what extent. Wow, I was kidding, but thank you, Doctor. I'll take that as a yes. And don't worry, I'll sort it all out. There's a lot of stress in here. We're dealing with people's lives. How do you relax, Doctor? Mariana thought I played hockey. Whatever that's supposed to mean.
Tja. So, lass mal
Dr.
kurz
Dekker told me he was adopted. His birth mother only turned up 5 years ago because she wanted money for her experimental cancer treatment. I'm not sure how much it cost or even if he had the money, but he didn't do it, and she became one mean mother.
Oh, wie denn?
I love food. It will be my downfall. Stress eating is the worst.
In der Tat. So, Musik.
I bet you like dance music. I don't know why. I love video games. I just wish they'd make ones with stronger female protagonists. Sorry, I'd settle for any female protagonists.
Tja, ich glaube, wir nehmen uns jemand anderen vor. So, nee. Boah.
Temazepam is the same sleeping pill Dr. Dekker prescribed me. Why would he mix those with alcohol? People are such idiots. Which reminds me, that truck driver died. Alcohol isn't something I usually notice on people until they're slurring and weaving around. Was Dr. Dekker an alcoholic? Probably. I never saw him drink, though.
Sagt er.
The truck driver that ran into Hannah. He was divorced, apparently. He killed himself. He mixed sleeping pills with alcohol too. But he died in his garage.
Okay.
I read it in the paper. He'd been drinking. Then he took the sleeping pills. Then he went into his garage and put the hose pipe through his window. Not until he put his daughter in the seat first. It's one of those newspaper stories you read and you hope it says he leaves behind his wife and 7-year-old daughter. But his daughter was in the car. Do you know, I wrote him a letter. Dr. Dekker told me one of the ways to get through my grief would be to write a letter to the truck driver. I tried to forgive him. I know it was my fault. But the thing that made me feel best was blaming him. I think maybe he killed himself because of me.
Könnte sein, wenn
Do you think I'm to
nicht so
blame,
nett war, der
Doctor?
Brief.
His daughter's picture was in the paper. Molly. What are you trying to do most? Cure his patients or find out who killed him?
Ich würde mal sagen beides.
Ever since I saw a picture in the paper, I've started thinking I could see her. Out of the corner of my eye. Like she's watching me.
Oh,
Crazy, right?
right.
It's been nice chatting with you. Don't get me wrong. But I can't help but feel you're mainly interested in finding out about the old doctor. I suppose you already know Dr. Dekker thought one of his patients was trying to kill him.
Dann frage ich doch mal, wie es dir geht.
I'm feeling good. I ran into one of your other patients. Mariana. She's beautiful. I think we might go on a date. He told me in one of our sessions, which was later rewound, that someone had been leaving him messages on his prescription pad. Not good messages. He didn't tell me anything specifically. Just death threats. It was one of his many rants. I just sat there quietly, hoping he wasn't going to try and hypnotise me again. I asked him if it was a boy or a girl's handwriting. He said he knew who it was, and that they'd be in trouble. I think he was bluffing. My solicitors assured me that I wouldn't have to discuss anything about my trial with you, so I'm not going to. Concentrate on my state of mind, and let me worry about other things.
Okay, da hat er schon keinen Bock drauf, ne?
Please do. I wish I could believe you. I can't really explain it, but she seems like such a friendly person. I think the police are barking up the wrong tree. I think I've probably said too much. It's probably not the same girl anyway.
Aha. Der lenkt doch ab, oder? Shit, ey, ich komme hier einfach nicht weiter.
Most people have taken sleeping pills at some time or another, haven't they? It's probably quite easy to get hold of them. Although, I have to get a doctor to sign a prescription if I need any at work. It's probably the same for Jaya.
Warum pickt die immer auf der rum?
Jaya seems really nice. I don't know why she'd want to work in a place like this. I just mean, get all these weird people coming here. I mean, I've met some of them out in the waiting room. I know they're just people, but a couple of them have seriously given me the creeps.
Okay. Weiß sie das?
Dr.
Das ist
Dekker
interessant.
drank a bit. I
bit,
didn't
okay.
say anything about it, but well, It's not very professional, is it? I mean, it's not like he was drunk. It must be very stressful being a therapist. Do you find it stressful, Doctor?
Nö.
Maybe you're just tired then. You should get some rest.
Mhm.
And she's a slightly older one, isn't she? Always well dressed? Yes, her. I'm pretty good at picking up on people's energy, and hers is bleak. Actually, I think I sort of know her. I saw something in the news about her. Claire Castleford, isn't it? Apparently, she attacked her husband or something.
Genau.
It's funny, because about a week or so after I read that, we had a David Castleford come in to visit his aunt. I think she was with him. Oh, I wonder if it's the same person. Hilda died last night. On her own, heartbroken because she couldn't see her daughter. I feel terrible. I should never have listened to you.
Doch. Ist ja vielleicht mal was Neues.
One of the other nurses found her. She went without anyone even noticing. I wasn't there. I phoned in sick. I knew that if I went into work, I'd want to shift. In our last session, you said that shifting was wrong, that I shouldn't shift for Hilda, that I should let her die without seeing her daughter. I'm such an idiot. I have this amazing gift and I didn't use it. I think of Dr. Dekker every time one of my patients dies. It makes me remember how he didn't care about his mum. He was a good therapist. He was a lousy son. I was angry at Dr. Dekker. Hilda's daughter, she's in Australia, so fair enough, maybe she really couldn't get over to see her. But Dr. Dekker's mum was dying literally on the other side of town and he just couldn't be bothered. I shifted for her, but in a way I wish I hadn't, because it let Dr. Dekker off the hook, you know? I didn't realise how little he cared until I told him the news. Yes, I told Dr. Dekker. Most other people wouldn't have believed me, but he did. In fact, he cared far more about the shifting than he did about his mum dying.
Ist wohl klar, findet er wohl irgendwie besonders, ne?
What's the point of me having this amazing gift if I'm not going to use it? I've helped people with it, I know I have. I don't know why I let you tell me otherwise. At least I still have Amelia. Yes, once. I wanted to show him what I could do so he could see for himself. I took his hand, I told him to think of a loved one, and then there was nothing. I mean, literally nothing, just an empty void. The only thing I could feel was his hand holding mine. I'm pretty sure without that I'm not sure I could have made it back.
Puh, krass.
I referred myself because of Dr. Dekker's mother. Was I supposed to have a letter? Amelia's Hilda's doll. She used to have about 9 or 10 of them, all glassy-eyed and creepy looking with frilly dresses and curls. All over her room they were. In the end, we had to get rid of them. They weren't very hygienic. But we let her keep one, and that was Amelia.
Mhm.
For a moment, I thought he might cry. Just for a split second. But he didn't. He just carried on with our session. I wish I knew what went on there. Jaya probably knows. She spent quite a long time with Sarah when she visited. Terry hasn't been into work for a few days. I hope there's nothing wrong with her. That's a picture of David, isn't it? David Castleford? Claire's husband.
Kennt sich wirklich gut aus, ne?
Terry and I are never
Shifting
going
frei
to be
zuletzt.
best friends, but I wouldn't wish her ill.
Ja, ist ja nice.
I'm
So,
keeping her
Hilde.
safe until I can pass her on to Hilda's daughter. Maybe she'll fly over for the funeral. I don't know. Are you okay, Doctor? You look a bit pale.
Quatsch. Alle gut.
You've never seen me angry, have you, Doctor? Don't say things like that when you don't mean them. It causes upset.
Tja, glaubt sie nicht, ne?
Oh, yes, here. From a few weeks ago. As you can see, Doctor, he looks perfectly normal.
Jetzt bin ich mal gespannt, wie der aussieht. Aha. Den kennen wir doch. Okay.
I never talked to Bryce, but I did talk to Iris. She didn't want to at first. She blames me for David's death, but as we both know, that's not a thing. Anyway, she said she was never locked up in any basement and had never heard of any Dr. Dekker. So it's, as I first suspected, a lie. You didn't make all of that up so I'd talk to Iris again, did you? I've tried them before. Dr. Dekker gave me a prescription. It didn't
Mensch,
help.
alle pumpen sich zu, ne? Tja.
That's despicable, Doctor. I think I'm starting to warm to you. There's no lake house today, sorry. David's not doing very well. He's caused a problem with the girl. I need to do something. David hasn't been well, otherwise I'd taken you. Shall I bring him to you next time?
Ja.
Next time then. Although it will have to be just you here, and late at night. I can't have anyone else see him.
Okay.
The little girl, our neighbor at the lake house, she says David is weird and creepy.
Doctor!
Alter.
Sorry, but I found some of the referral letters we were talking about. There is a pattern, but it's not the same for everyone. You said to get them to you ASAP, so here you go.
Junge, Junge. Lass mich kurz mal das lesen. Alter. 3 Stück, okay. Get attention, Dr. Dekker. The first name Mariana is mentally unstable and would like to expect opinion as matter. Okay, ja. So klar, dass die unstable ist. So, jetzt bin ich am 3. gespannt. The kleine Clinic Evaluation Claire Castleford. She's been charged with a murder. Ja. ersten habe ich jetzt nicht so richtig gerafft. Warte mal, den müssen wir nochmal angucken. Referring to another client today, further bla bla. Set up with Mr. McNaughton Roots. Okay, na gut, also. Der andere ist ein Mann. Jetzt müssen wir mal schauen.
David has been hunting and skinning again. But from the look of the torso, he caught a domestic cat.
Ugh.
I'm being generous. It was definitely a cat. I spoke to David about it, but I have no idea if he can comprehend me or not. He just grunts at me. He doesn't even smile anymore. Not at all. I've already told you Dr. Dekker was a drinker. It's hardly a revelation. Yes, sorry. I left out an important detail. The girl, Anushka, she was crying because her cat had gone missing, and she thinks that David killed it.
Tja.
Doctor, I'm worried. I'm worried that David's not going to stop at cats. He's killed deer, rabbits, wild birds, and now cats. I'm worried he might add little girls to his list. I can't stop him. I can't stop him. I can't control him in any way at all. Ever since I brought him back from the dead, he has done nothing but ignore me. I'm starting to think that I need to put David out of his misery. That I need to end his suffering. That I need to kill him again.
Mm-hmm.
What shall I do, Doctor? Should I kill David? I love him so much. But you're right. It's time. He's becoming a danger to people around him, not just himself.
Meine Güte, ey.
My solicitors did refer me, but I ended up going privately as it was cheaper. I'm paying them enough already without them getting a percentage of my therapy bill.
Okay, das ist nice. So,
Dr. Dekker was very quiet in our sessions after seeing David. After a while, he started talking about David like he was a pet, asking me what I fed him, what he'd do in certain conditions. Dr. Dekker asked me if I'd ever accidentally locked David in, which I hadn't, but curiosity got the better of me, so I locked him in the lake house. He couldn't get out. He didn't have the wherewithal to operate the lock. I think he was fascinated with it all, and David and I had become new test subjects for him. When I said David never listens to me, he urged me to start giving David treats for pleasing me. Not in that way, but showing him how to close a door, for example. If he did it, give him a treat. It did actually work, but I had to stop myself. I felt like I was training a monkey. It just wasn't right.
Alter, haben die alle irgendwelche Problemchen?
That's an interesting idea, Doctor.
Ja.
It's not really something that needs to be done, though. I have no intention of reanimating anybody anymore. It hasn't gone very well in the past.
Tja, also ich glaube, ich komme hier überhaupt nicht weiter. So zumindest mal meine Wahrnehmung. Boah, den Rest nehmen wir uns beim nächsten Mal vor, okay? Also, bis dann, ciao.